Hello students, welcome to week 10. This week we have an interactive web activity assignment that will have several parts to it. There are approximately 3 parts. There is a 4th part, but that is optional. What I would suggest is that you not leave the interactive assignments to all one day. You are exploring articles there as well as websites, and you need to answer some questions, several questions under each heading. So just make sure that you give appropriate time for that learning activity and assignment. Again, there are 3 parts, so I would spread it across the week. I wouldn't leave it for one day. You might do one heading and activity or explore a website or article on Monday or Tuesday, and then come back and do something on Wednesday and Thursday, and then maybe something on Saturday. That will be the best way to engage the material. That will be due Sunday at 11:59. You also have a discussion board for this week, exploring some issues associated to the chapter, so make sure you're responding to those. Remember, you have to respond to the questions, a minimum of 2 peers, and spread your participation out across the week. So the earlier part of the week, you should be participating at least once or twice Monday through Wednesday, and then once or twice Thursday through Sunday, to make sure you're engaging the material and discussing. The discussion board should mimic similar discussions to face-to-face classes, where we're engaging in the classroom with our peers, discussing ideas and sharing information throughout a class session, and so it should mimic that. This is why, again, you are expected to engage throughout the week, not just once a week. That would not be appropriate to go to a class that's face-to-face once a week, and so it's not appropriate to engage online material once a week. The exam you had last week, I will have to go in and manually look at those, so I will try to get to those. I will also say any questions about the individual questions. Some of the concepts, while related and closely associated, were not synonymous. So, for example, caregiver stress is a different conceptualization than burnout. They are linked, they are related, but they are not the same concept. This is why they would have different or variant definitions. So keep in mind, when I'm looking at the terms, I'm looking at them in the context of how they were read in the text, not perhaps how you might synonymously associate them in a clinical setting. So just keep in mind, we're looking at what is the concept and what is the definitive term as it is used in thanatos, which is the study of death, dying, and bereavement. So keep in mind that your book is a really good guide. Make sure that you're taking notes as you're reading. That may help you distinguish between terms. I always go back through the questions and look for opportunities to give partial credit. That happened on the first exam. That will also happen on this exam. This week, you are doing a discussion board, your interactive assignment that has multiple parts, and that will be what we're engaging the material this week. I will try. I don't understand what is happening with the lecture recording and the audio. It plays intermittently. For some of you, it's not playing at all. For me, it plays right after I record, so I do go in and double check that. So we're trying to figure that out. IT is trying to assist me. We're not really sure what the link issue is. Somehow when it's uploading to Canvas, there's something happening with the audio file. So I will try to use a different software to record the lecture material so you have the audio. I will also try an alternative method to doing that for you this week. So hopefully we'll get that worked out. That's been intermittently working again across the semester. So there were a few that worked with audio and there were a few that didn't. We will try to get you those. I do post in each learning module your chapter objectives, your chapter overview, and key terms. Those sheets are not just there to fill up space. They're there to give you an idea before you read the chapter what the objectives of the chapter are. You should probably look over the overview a little bit, and then when you're reading, be looking to gain more detailed knowledge about those areas. The terms are listed to give you an idea of what are key terms in relation to the topic of the chapter. So keep in mind, those would be terms you want to pay attention to in the context of your reading and how they're used and what they mean. So if you have any questions, continue to send those via email. I will try to respond to those as quickly as I can. Again, we will continue to try and do work throughout this week, try to upgrade some grades, a few scores at a time, and continue to work, continue to read. I do hope you are getting something out of each chapter in regards to death, dying, and bereavement. For those of you who are in the clinical field or the medical field, I do hope it is extending your understanding of death, dying, and bereavement beyond the medical model, that you are really engaging some of the material to gain a more holistic view. For those of you who are in aging or psychology, the psychosocial aspects of death, dying, and bereavement, as well as the issues associated to different stages and developmental aspects across the life course, are very important to your learning as well. And so those should provide you a more full understanding of death, dying, and bereavement also. It is a pleasure to engage with you guys this week. I will again try to be interactive throughout the week and see what we can do to facilitate your learning. If you have questions about concepts as you're learning them, again, please email me and let me know. Have a great week. It's good to see you. Bye.